Hey Abundant Parents, it's Leah. In this video, we are going to talk all about negative belief patterns, how to shift them from impacting your ability to manifest, and how your negative belief patterns can impact your children. I'm also going to give you a really great exercise for washing away that negativity and bringing positive thoughts back into your life. If you like my video, please like it. I really appreciate it. Also, please subscribe. I do release a new video at least once a week, sometimes more, so if you hit the bell, you will be notified when I post new videos. Belief patterns can really negatively impact us when we are using the law of attraction to guide us through our life. Because as we know, with the law of attraction, it's so important to really lean into those good feeling thoughts, to lean into feelings and thoughts that feel better than some others. So they may not always ultimately be the most positive thought you've ever had in your life, but it may in that moment be a little bit more positive than other thoughts that you may be having a hard time escaping from mentally. For me, unworthiness is something that I've carried with me since my childhood. I learned that if I didn't deal with these negative feelings that I had about myself, they were going to continuously get in the way of my ability to manifest the life that I want. Ultimately, if you don't do the work to clear out that negative energy, to clear out those negative belief patterns, you may find they too get in your way of manifesting. As a parent, our own belief systems, our own values, our own thoughts can also really impact our children and their future belief patterns and thoughts, ultimately even how they feel about themselves. I can't emphasize enough the importance of overcoming your own demons. If there are feelings that you can't overcome on your own through simple or sometimes even more complicated exercises, then you may have to come to terms with the fact that you might need to dig deeper. You might need outside help to overcome all of those inner belief systems that you may have also been growing and nurturing those negative thought patterns, possibly since childhood. For example, when I was 7 years old, I adopted this belief of unworthiness, not because anyone had been terrible to me, but through the experience of having a mom with cancer. My mom was a single mom, and so it was always just her and I. And I developed these feelings of feeling unworthy to be responsible for her care, while also shouldering this feeling that I should have been in charge of her care. At that very impressionable age, I felt so ill-equipped to care for her, to handle the tasks around the home, to in a lot of ways become the parent she had always been to me. And then those beliefs of my inability to handle all of this were just cemented in when adults would come over to help my mom with what she was going through. Now, of course, none of this was ill-intended. It's just what had happened. Through this experience, I also found that I felt any attention that was put on me and for my care seemed selfish and so much less necessary than the care that my mom needed at that time. Now, while this was a feeling that, while adopted at 7 years old, I carried well into adulthood, but it was only until reaching my lowest of lows in my adult experiences that I took the time to really unravel all of these feelings and get to the bottom of it. It was a childhood experience that put me in a position of being an adult that needed to be fixed, so to speak, instead of being a child that was already so assured of my value, assured of my purpose. In my childhood experience, it was very likely one briefest of moments, one tiniest of little comments that ultimately led me to make a decision on my worthiness. It was in that split second of a moment that I decided that I was what used to be a worthy child, a worthy person, and then in that split moment decided that I was no longer worthy. It ultimately impacted my choices in careers, in romantic partners, and it left me with some very, very hard lessons to learn over time. Now, in retrospect, I am so grateful for those lessons because they have helped me become the person I am today, but it doesn't mean that they weren't extremely painful and difficult to get through at the time. As always with the law of attraction, your current experiences are a reflection of what you've asked for. They are a reflection of what you think you deserve. They are a mirror of your vibrations. Now, we do have to remember that if you've recently had an awakening, you've recently become conscious and aware, and you've recently made some very big positive changes in your life, you may still, in fact, be experiencing negative outcomes, negative vibrations, negative manifestations. And these are not a reflection of who you are now in this moment, but it's the momentum that is starting to slow down and peter out from your previous vibrations. And then in turn, your new vibrations will create a new momentum for your new manifestations. So if things aren't happening quickly and you're still feeling like a lot of negative patterns are still occurring, of course, always tune in, make sure that you are providing those vibrations necessary to create the more positive manifestations. But then also be patient and understand that sometimes these things just take time to unravel and unfold. Now, it is entirely possible with the law of attraction that you are able to follow all of the steps for manifestation, and through these positive vibrations and these positive feelings, make it happen without clearing out all of your past clutter, energetically speaking. However, if you feel your manifestations are not coming to fruition, this is a good place to start, to check in, really dig through a lot of the inner conversations, the inner monologues you may be having about yourself of a negative nature, and really dig and see where those are coming from. As you see in cognitive behavioral therapy, our beliefs and our judgments greatly impact our feelings. And of course, our feelings greatly impact how well we are able to manifest. Awareness in our thought takes us from being beings that don't just see stimulus and react, see stimulus and react, see stimulus and react. A conscious and awakened person will see stimulus. They'll take a moment, they'll take a breath, they'll really reflect on what they're seeing. They will use that empathetic awareness to really try to look at it from other perspectives. And then they will make a choice about what they are seeing, what they are witnessing, and only then do they react. Just like multiple people can see the same situation from very different perspectives. We see this so much in our political culture right now. But also, you too can see a situation that you thought of very differently in the moment that it was happening, but with a new awakened perspective, you are able to see a completely different side of it that you hadn't seen before. And in essence, you change the past because you're seeing past events from a completely different point of view. Here's the amazing part. You can, in essence, rewrite your own history by looking back on past events and with a new perspective, addressing the emotions that you attached to that event, both then and then now with your new perspective. And it can greatly impact how you feel. All right, now please try this exercise with me. I want you to think about what stress you are feeling right now in your life. Just take a moment, think about any stresses that you're feeling in your life. Is it a financial stress? Is it a stress about a relationship? Is it wanting to be in a relationship? Do you have it in your mind? Okay. Now, what belief or belief pattern is associated with that stress? Sometimes the belief could be that financial relief or romantic relationships do not come easily. Perhaps it was like my story where I felt I was unworthy in some way. Once you have specified that belief, ask yourself, when did I first feel this stress? What is your first memory of this stress? If an adult memory comes up, I want you to dig just a little bit further. Even if you think you can't remember, all of your memories are still there. They're there, they're inside. You just have to trust that when your mind gives you little nudges, to go with it. Often this little nudge of a memory is going to be the very first thought or a very first word that comes to your mind. Now for me, my very first memory was in my marriage, and it was a conversation in relation to a business I had recently started. But that is quite an adult memory, and so when I dug back further in my childhood, I realized that the very first memory of having that feeling was actually when my mom had first gotten home from the hospital after having her mastectomy. I remember where I was standing. I remember the first time I felt it. So when that first nudge that I received was my mind saying, you're in your childhood home, your mom just got home from the hospital, I had to trust that in order for it to take me down this path. This younger memory didn't make sense to me at first, so I really had to trust it. Just like you'll need to trust whatever thoughts, words, memories are popping up in your mind. Once you have this memory of your stress or belief, then I want you to really let go and allow yourself to go back and allow your mind subconsciously to help bring to your consciousness a memory of before you had that negative feeling, that negative belief about yourself. Remember that time when you felt and you believed that you could have all that you desired. There was no fear, there was no unworthiness, there was no disbelief. Only belief in yourself, in your abilities, and your worthiness. Just let go and trust that your mind and your soul are taking you there. You're letting go and allowing whatever comes to mind of where you were standing, what you were wearing, what other people may have been in the room with you. Just allow that memory to come with you, and don't judge when words and thoughts and images may come to mind. Just accept that's where your mind is taking you, and trust that it's taking you to the place to unlock your blocks. Now feel those feelings that you have as that happy child. Feel the happiness fill up your heart center. Feel your forehead release and lighten. Feel your shoulders drop and the stress leave your body, and just allow that feeling of ultimate happiness to overtake everything within yourself. You breathe easy, large breaths. It's so easy to breathe, and you have ultimate trust that the universe is going to reflect back to you this happiness and ease that you feel in this moment. Hold on to this feeling and say, I am happy now in my current circumstance with all that I have in my experience. It's time to let go of all of those beliefs that you believe have to happen in order to have what you want. It's time to let go of all of that programming that you've been building up over the course of your lifetime. Now say, I deserve love. I deserve happiness. I deserve financial ease. I am worthy. I always have been. My own beliefs are the only thing that changed in this time. Still full of that deserving feeling, imagine holding a ball of soft white light in your hands. This ball of light is pure energy, pure love, pure joy. Hold it up to your chest and feel it slowly pass into your heart chakra. It fills your chest cavity with pure joy. This light lightens your chest, it lightens your shoulders. All stress melts away. All tension in your neck and shoulders releases. It expands and fills your stomach, your pelvis, your arms, your legs, until every corner, every pocket of yourself is just filled with this loving, warm light. The light further expands, first 3 inches past your body. Visualize it expanding past you 6 inches past your body, and then a foot. It is pushing away all negativity and judgment. This loving light, this loving energy pushes all negativity further and further out of your body until it is on the outside of a light completely surrounding you. As you sit in this love, this positivity, this light, Negative thoughts may try to come to you. I want you to wash them away. You can either visualize your hand or you can physically take your hand and wash the negativity out of your space. Just wipe it and wash it out of your space. You're washing away the negativity, much like the shore where the waters wash away footprints on the sand. It's just gently pushing them out of your experience. Now I want you to say, I wash away this belief from all physical and energetic reality, time, and space. Now take a deep breath. Good. Do this anytime a new negative thought tries to seep back in. You may need to do this a few times, and that's okay. Each time a negative thought comes in, just wash it away and take a deep breath. Try not to judge it, just allow it to come into your space and then wash it away. Now that you've washed away all of these negative thoughts, it's time to instill positive belief patterns. Affirmations are really quite perfect for this. I am worthy of love and it comes easily into my life. I am worthy of financial ease and money comes easily into my life. I am abundant in ways I never imagined. Take a deep breath. How do you feel? Do you feel light and easy and safe? The satisfied feeling that you're having, I didn't give this to you. This was in you. And it always is. You can always draw back on to this exercise and pull this power from within you to heal your own thought patterns. Now remember, when you're vibrating this positivity, this ease, this peace, this love, this joy, your kids are always mirroring your neurons. And so they too will vibrate this peace and ease, this satisfaction, this abundance. Wouldn't you love for your children to feel as good as you do right now? Remember, it's through your own self-care, your own self-love, that you serve your children best. Thank you so much for watching. You can always catch me on the Abundant Parent membership. There I host a new workshop each week with experts in their field on holistic living, self-care, acupuncture, chiropractic, anything that might be considered a little woo-woo, we talk about that too. So please come and join us at the Abundant Parent membership. It's a community, it's workshops. You can find it at theabundantparent.com. Thank you so much for sharing your limited, valuable parenting time with me. I hope you have a day full of light, love, and abundance. Bye.